right, morning guys. It is a beautiful day. It's Sunday, February 6th, and a little bit sore from yesterday. Not too bad, not too bad. I actually got kicked out of the house today. Fun fact, Colleen is a ESL master's teacher. She teaches online English to teachers who will teach ESL. Yeah, fun fact about Colleen. She's wicked smart. So I guess, yeah, opposites attract. But anyways, before she kicked me out, I was able to grab it's my measuring tape now, hon. I don't own a measuring tape, so this is gonna make this project interesting because I'm not really a handy guy. My grandfather was super handy, super handy, and maybe one day I will be. But so I'm gonna start pretty easy. I'm gonna make a cold frame today. I've looked at some videos online and I've done the Google thing, and I think I have just enough information to be dangerous. So I mean, it seems pretty basic, but you know, I'm just gonna take my time and we'll see. So without further ado, let's get going. All right, so just real quick before get started, is all the material I got to do these builds was free, aside from the gas that I spent to drive around. So just a real quick couple things. I mean, we'll link the video in, but Terry King does an excellent video on kind of like, you know, things to think about when you go to construction sites, and then some safety tips. The only thing I would say over and above what he says in his video is really good gloves and good boots. Like I always wear boots that have steel shanks in them, because there's so many screws and lumber and stuff like that that you just don't want to ruin your day. So but if you're on a job site and they got no problem, usually these buckets, these 25-liter buckets, I don't know how many that is in gallons, but it's their scrap bucket. When they go around and do stuff, they usually take a bucket and then throw their scraps. Like I found all these, you can see like all these screws in there. I found like a ton of washers that I can use. Some epoxy resin, 3/4 full. Not sure what I'll use that for. Like I even got these brackets. Still got the label on them. I mean, the construction guys, they just order a whole mess of them, and usually everything comes in kits, so there's lots of extra when they're done building them. And the other thing is, I found these things here too, so I think I'll be able to make use of those somewhere. I got these actually from the golf course. So but yeah, it was 2 minutes to take them all off. Little pin screws that came right out. Usually the 25-liter buckets are usually where they just carry stuff around, and then once they're done a specific job, boom, it goes into there, and then it'll go out to the bin. And there's a ton of stuff that's useful in there. So just thought I'd pass that along as well. So yeah, if you're going to a job site, it's like, definitely maybe keep those things in mind. And yeah, there's tons of free stuff that's super useful in the garden and probably around the house if I was handier, for sure. So yeah, something for you guys to consider. Without further ado, we'll get on this build. And you know, worst case is it doesn't work out, but that's fine. I'll get some experience from it. And yeah, if it really goes bad, I'll just, you know, I'll do the typical guy thing and you know, try to hide my feels with anger. And you know, that's entertaining. Guys trying to hide their feelings with anger, it's super funny. So yeah, let's get going. All right, so I've measured and washed the plexiglass. The plexiglass that I got is just over 6 feet and just under 3 feet wide. So I don't really want to waste it. And I looked on Google on how to cut it, and yeah, I don't really want to do that. So what I'm going to do is make a cold frame that's 6 feet by 3 feet. Hopefully I got the wood, the right dimensions for the wood on that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the top first, affix everything to the plexiglass, That way I don't get to the end and then break all the plexiglass. If I break it now, then I'm done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do it off camera. It'll be way less painful, just to be able to go and do phase one and then kind of bring you guys back and show you what I'm thinking. What I'm gonna do now is measure up some wood, pre-drill the plexiglass, and then I'm gonna take the washer and the screw and drill it up through and affix the wood to it. So it'll be a nice wooden square frame. I'll have to figure out a handle. I'll go find a handle somewhere and put that on the top. So that'll be phase one of the build. And the cool thing about that is what I'm thinking is that it'll just be 4 screws and 2 hinges at the back of the box. So when summer comes and I don't need the cold frame anymore, I'll just take out the 4 screws and the hinges with it, and then be able to go stack the plexiglass in its frame behind the garage or something like that, so it's nice and tucked out of the way. I don't have like these big things. And then I'll make the box for the plexiglass to go up and down on. Yeah, there's a bunch more things, but I'm just gonna try to focus on the one thing right now and then worry about the other stuff as it comes. So yeah, fingers crossed. Wish me luck, and I'll bring you guys back in a bit. All right, cheers. All right, phase one complete, success, no injuries, got her done. Yeah, it was actually pretty easy. Just drilled the hole, pre-drilled the holes, and then used the washers and the screws just to fix it. I thought I was gonna have to do cross beams, 3 of them, but it's super sturdy the way it is. So yeah, I've got the 2x6s here. I'm gonna cut them up and start making the box portion of it. So again, wish me luck. Didn't freak out once. Easy money. All right, cheers. All right, so I promised no building shots, but I'm just too proud not to be able to go back and watch myself build something. So I'm gonna drill 1 screw. That's it. That's it. Hopefully. Ta-da! So a couple of the screws were too long. Just do them at a diagonal. Good little tip that I heard somewhere. All right, it's coming. All right, so been at this what, 2.5 hours. Yeah, it's coming together. Actually, there isn't a 90-degree on this thing, but that's okay. I don't really care. Like it feels like it's pretty solid. I just got a couple more things, and then we're gonna unveil this thing. Cool. All right, cheers. All right, so the sun's going down, but if you guys have any suggestions, we'd really appreciate it. You can just see the pre-drilling worked with the washers and the screws. There was no cracks, so that's great. And then yeah, just threw in a bunch of screws on either side into that little piece of dunnage there. And then in the back, just use some old door hinges. So yeah, we know we got to get some sort of thing to keep it propped open. I've seen a couple things, and I'm sure I can find a couple things, but if there's anything that you guys can think of that's super basic and obviously super cheap, that would be super. All right, about 3 hours, got it done. Yeah, super stoked. Obviously I ran into a few things, but that's to be expected. It's actually less than I thought. It was really not that tough. I mean, there's probably nothing square on this thing, but that's really not the point. It was done with all reclaimed materials. Didn't pay any money for it, so that's super cool. Got a few things left to do on it. Obviously I got to get a handle and then some sort of lever to hold up the cold frame. But aside from that, super stoked. The next 2 or 3 are going to be way quicker because I kind of know what to look for now. But yeah, awesome. We'll link Terry's video just about construction safety, what to ask, who to ask, stuff like that. But yeah, highly recommend it. I mean, free. And if you didn't have the plexiglass, you could just do it with some 6 mil poly or something like that. Yeah, awesome, awesome. I know Colleen's gonna be super happy because we're gonna be able to harden some stuff off in there and start growing right away. Get some lettuce going in there and some radishes and some other stuff. So she'll be happy. I know my grandpa, so he's got to be happy. Yeah, he had a cold frame when I was a little kid, so pretty cool, pretty cool. So anyways, hopefully you guys had a great weekend. By the time this thing comes out, it might be close to the next weekend. So yeah, hopefully you guys had a good one. All right, take care.